Well, thank you to Eunice Kim there for giving us the international news at the top of the show. Such a big day in regards to that Iran nuclear deal. Now, let's look at the news a little closer to home. And President Park Geun is calling for U.S. Congress support to address the issue of Japan's wartime sexual enslavement of Korean women. Meeting in Seoul on Thursday, U.S. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi agreed with President Park, saying Japan needs to address its past wartime sexual slavery as a human rights issue. Myung has more.
Nancy Pelosi called for Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to apologize for the Japanese military's coercion of young Korean and other Asian women into sexual slavery during World War II.
We have been clear about what we'd like to hear about comfort women. Whether the Prime Minister does that in that speech or not, I hope that a statement will be made.
It's an issue that Seoul has repeatedly pressed on Tokyo. During talks earlier with President Park Geun, Pelosi expressed sympathy over the matter, saying it's a women's rights issue that should be solved. President Park pushed its urgency as the last surviving Korean victims are in their late 80s. Korea hopes to help U.S. lawmakers better understand the issue of Japan's wartime wrongdoings ahead of Abe's address to a joint session of the U.S. Congress. Diplomatic relations between Korea and Japan have been very tense, with the Abe administration reluctant to clearly acknowledge Japan's past. Seoul had criticized Abe for attempting to shift the blame for the forcible recruitment of the so-called comfort women to private brokers, denying the Japanese government's involvement. Pelosi and the other 9 members of Congress will head to Japan on Friday. Myung, Arirang News.